Hello, everyone. It is 6 o'clock. It is Friday night, and that means it's time for more dragons and stuff.
Woo!
Tonight's topic: relationships.
What? Yes! Amen, Marcus.
No, we're not going to talk about relationships. We're going to play Pathfinder for 4 hours for your entertainment and enjoyment.
And have zero relationships.
Zero relationships. All of the relationships you will see are toxic, not constructive, and dangerous to those involved, really. Thank you so much for joining us. We are excited to be back for episode 24. Wow. It is insane. I mean, that's why when really it's over half years of the content, because we've had other off episodes. We've actually been doing it for more weeks than just 24 weeks. This is just 24 of the actual main storyline. It's kind of exciting. I'm excited. Like every week, like we have every week, we've got prizes for you guys. Woo! We've got prizes, and like we do every week, of course, Ben is about to, for the only time he's allowed to tonight, he's going to tell me what happens. So Ben, what happens?
Yes. So, the voters have voted, and, you know, strangely enough, I don't think that they read the poll correctly. However, the winners are Bruce and Stanley.
Yes,
and/or. So, yes.
Oh, it's Bruce. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. So I will be presenting the prizes as Bruce. Thank you, Ben. If you want to get in on the voting action, you can go over to Ben's Twitter account. Every week he's posting a poll to see who is going to read, which NPC is presenting the prizes. You can find him at @LookIt'sBenBirch on Twitter. Again, that poll is going to go up every week, so keep an eye on him to find out. In the meantime, let's talk about these prizes. Yeah, it looks like we got this. This is a dungeon crate. Yeah, this is great stuff. It's dungeon crate. They give you all kinds of stuff for your games. You get accessories and you get some miniatures and maybe some dice. It's a sampler box of the normal dungeon crate, which is a subscription service that you can get. This particular prize is just a whole bunch of different examples of things you can be getting in there. We don't know what's going to be in there. We couldn't tell you for sure. We just know that it's going to be good stuff. It's going to make your game better. Maybe it's like a sticker that you put on your computer, your backpack, or whatever, wherever you put stickers. I don't know. I'm jealous. I kind of want a little dungeon crate sampler box myself, but you know, I can't win because I don't live in the United States, which is the only place that we can ship prizes to. So you know, that's sad for me. I don't know. I didn't think it would get this heavy. I didn't know that I had so many feelings. I'm so conflicted. But I'm happy for you guys, because you're getting yourself a Dungeon Crate sampler if you share this half of the episode with the hashtag dragons and stuff publicly on your Facebook page, so that the social guy, he can count those up. And then at the end of the half of the episode, we're picking one of you guys randomly, and as long as you have an eligible entry, you're gonna be winning. You'll be a winner, but not me. Not me.
Anyway, so it is about relationships.
I don't know why I went that deep into it. But there we go. Of course, I want to thank Dungeon Crate for providing this week's prize again. If you would like to check more about what Dungeon Crate is all about, you can go over to dungeoncrate.com. Head over there, because, and this is we have a really special thing to give you guys this week. Head over to dungeoncrate.com, and you can actually we are providing a discount code that you guys, Dragons and Stuff fans, have access to. You just go in and you select the subscription level you want every month. Dungeon Crate is going to send you a box full of RPG goodies. It could be anything from dice to miniatures to even campaign settings. At checkout, you put in the code dragons and stuff, and you're getting $5 off that subscription. All right, which means that's a good deal. See, you're all winners already just for having watched this half of the episode. You are eligible. $5 off your Dungeon Crate subscription. Highly recommend the service. Of course, we have to give a shout out to Sirenscape, because they are once again providing the ambiance and sounds for our show. If you want to get on the action, if you want to add that level of ambiance to your games, you just head over to Sirenscape.com. You download their app, and consider getting a subscription. I checked it out. It's $10 a month. You get access to their entire library of sci-fi and fantasy sounds. So no matter what game you're playing, they've got sounds for you. That's Sirenscape.com. Make sure you head over there. And of course, the very makers of the game, the people who made it all possible, Paizo. Paizo.com has all of the source material you need to start your own games, everything from the beginner box for those of you who've never run before and are looking to break in, to advanced class guides for those of you who are seasoned players looking to make your DM's life miserable with new skills and abilities that they've never heard of and have no idea how to deal with. That's Paizo.com. Be sure to head over there. Check out all the amazing stuff that you can get to add to your game. And of course, we've got the D20PFSRD.com and OpenGamingStore.com. Open Gaming Store, you can find all kinds of gaming accessories, and much like Dungeon Crate, we've got something special for you. They have provided us with a discount code that we can pass on to you. If you head over to OpenGamingStore.com and you put in the code DAS24, you're getting 24% off your first order from OpenGamingStore.com. That's 24% off any of the amazing game accessories and source materials that they have available for purchase. The library of stuff that they are offering is huge, so make sure you go over there, browse through it all. And if you're hesitant about purchasing, we actually have a way for you to get something for free from them. If you go over and get the Advancing with Classes, the Magus PDF download, you can get that for free if you enter the code DASFREE. DASFREE will get you a...
Exclamation point.
What?
DASFREE, exclamation point.
Oh, there's an exclamation point on there. Type it in exactly as you see on the screen. DASFREE, exclamation point, will get you a free PDF download of the Advancing with Classes, the Magus, which is a fun little warrior wizard class. So, I mean, it's free. You might as well just go get it. Go check it out, and then you can check out all the other stuff that they have for you there. Those are the people that love us, so we hope you'll go check them out. Now that we have gone through all that, it is about time for us to get into what happened, a little bit of what happened last week, so we can dive into this week's adventure. Are you guys all ready for the recap?
Yes.
All right, let's get into it.
I'm excited. I want to know what happened.
Well, I will tell you. I'll tell you what happened and then what happens. When last we met, the party found themselves in dire straits. Down in Loremire Clay Pits, our four heroes fought for their lives while Marcus raced towards Loremire Manor in search of cheese.
Heroically.
The battle in the pit did not go well without Marcus to help control the battlefield. Krag flew into a barbarian rage, and all sense of strategy was lost for the heroes.
I want them to think about what you just said. Without Marcus's battlefield, whatever he said, it was fancy. You guys were helpless. That's the takeaway. That's the takeaway.
The clay monsters hurled missiles to lure you all away from the light, and they themselves seem to have no trouble at all seeing in the darkness, putting you guys at a distinct disadvantage. As Alex and Krag move in to engage them, they discovered that perhaps some mistakes had been made. Lyra spent most of the battle frantically healing everyone and to keep you all alive. And her efforts did pay off, but only barely. Krag ran out of rage for the first time in Dragons and Stuff history. Even he realized that a full withdrawal was the only chance you guys had to live to fight another day. What was Marcus doing this entire time? He was trying to convince Stanford Loremire to come out to the clay pits in the middle of the night so that he would see firsthand just what had caused his troubles of late, so that he would be forced to pay you the full amount of your contract for defeating beasts in the pits.
Exactly. I was heroically doing this.
Heroically trying to convince him to come out. Stanford Loremire had no interest in going out into the pits in the middle of the night for reasons that completely baffled everyone. It must be just because I'm the worst and hate fun, and that was all right though, because Marcus put him to sleep with magic, tied him up, and dragged him out into the middle of the night.
I did what they would have not wanted me to do.
Thus kidnapped, Stanford was made to acknowledge the monsters in the clay pits. Again, because I am terrible and hate fun, he did not feel like continuing your employment any further after being kidnapped against his will in the middle of the night. However, he did agree that he had no choice but to pay the death benefit to his recently murdered worker's family. Defeated, the party returned to Trapsboro, and the following day you were approached by a pair of ne'er-do-wells looking for Horatio Swan, who still was nowhere to be found. Marcus got bad vibes early, and sure enough, it was soon discovered that these guys, Bruce and Stanley, were up to no good, and they were in fact messengers from the Sixers, who had established a camp south of town near the Little Fram. We join you all now at the Naiad. Stanley and Bruce have left, their message delivered. They want Horatio Swan, and they want you to bring him to them. You have 3 days before things get ugly. What do you do?
We go eat.
Yes, I believe it's lunchtime. Early.
Well,
already
obviously,
dinner time.
yes. Someone hasn't had cheese in a very long time, and it just won't
fine
do.
with
We need
that.
to we need to
At
We're
the
going to the
Naiad,
mouse.
though, we should go back to the Mouse and Moth.
Yeah,
But I
Mouse
just
and
made
Moth.
friends.
While we're on our way going to the Mouse and Moth,
Alright.
why don't we take some time and
Read
some
comments.
comments?
That's a good call.
So,
I like where your head's at.
Kyle D. Adams says, Quigley just outperformed the resident troll in trolling.
What?
I have no idea what you mean, Kyle.
What did you do?
Nothing.
Dylan Kaiser says relationships. Oh, where to start? JimJam, why am I single? Why am I so unlovable? Will I ever find someone? LOL.
Dylan, did you just copy that out of my diary?
Guys, this is so depressing.
Ryan Newman says
okay.
Quigley is obviously the most villainous. His decisions and actions are the main reason so much bad happens. What? If only he were more like Sir Jonathan. Brian Newman, you have a brilliant point. Sir Jonathan the Bold, who has a title and a medal. A medal. Quigley, do you have a medal?
You should
I
a
have
medal.
metal on me. I have a shield and a sword.
Sword.
Krag, I would encourage you to consider perhaps inviting Sir Jonathan the Bold into the party.
No.
I mean,
No. A pox on his name.
Lyra, would you like to read the next one?
sure. Cat Glenn, coupon codes? What a great idea. Huzzah.
Some of those coupon codes are fantastic. I'm going to use them
I
myself.
love that it showed
You
us.
should.
It showed you
Kyle
how to
D.
do
Adams
it. That was
says,
great.
we all would have been winners had the prizes been read as Jonathan.
But they won't.
Yeah,
So
because,
you're
because
all
you're never going to
losers.
put him as an option.
Yes, it's not an option.
Diana, would you like to take the next one?
Sure.
Dylan Kaiser says, who's going to break the ice?
I said me to you.
He is so, you know what? It's because he's so far away on the couch.
To throw at him.
Yeah, it's because I'm not throwing that pillow.
Here.
He thinks that he can.
No, that'll hurt.
I'll shatter the glass in the office. Oh my gosh, that'd be so
Oh my god, that'd be awful.
Uh,
Anyway, fine. I won't read a comment. Yes, the pillows.
Read the comment.
He's letting you read the comment.
Okay. Shh. Dylan
Dylan
Kaiser.
Kaiser says, who's going to...
Anytime now.
Everyone wish bad luck on Marcus today. Dylan Kaiser
No,
says,
because that might mean him.
who's going to break the ice tonight with our first sewers? Sorry, it's kind of
first-
far away to see it.
First, just say party now. Just
Swear. I swear. The early, what does that say?
the early betting
Do you
money
need
was
glasses?
coming in for Alex. But late bets have given Lyra a solid push.
In all honesty, look how far away it is and look how small the
It is
font
so-
is.
it is, it is.
So,
Maybe
and
we
I'm
can
the one sitting the
fold it.
farthest away from the screen. So,
Technically, I'm furthest.
I
That's not true at all.
You know what? Honestly, that was amazing. I loved. She should read everything.
All right, so roll for
and
initiative.
I also got nervous.
So just down
thanks.
here beneath
give you a
Krag
hug.
there in our info cam, you'll see one of the discount codes this evening is all capitals. You have to type dragons and stuff when you put in your subscription order for Dungeon Crate. So make sure you guys do that. That would be super helpful to us, to Dungeon Crate, and to you, because you will get yourself an awesome
Brad doesn't
subscription
like his,
service
something being
with things
Right.
to play with that you may
Yeah.
not have known about. This is
Yeah.
all just a mess at this point. This doesn't.
We're pointing at
fine.
something.
It's fine. We're gonna
Dragons and
game
stuff.
now, I guess.
So-
It's cool.
So we're at the Mouse and Moth, yes?
you are,
We're in the night.
yeah, well, you guys
I
wanted
need
to go to the
friends.
Mouse
Yes,
and
they
Moth?
have much better food at the
Oh,
Mouse and
absolutely,
Moth.
yes. You can go to the Mouse and Moth.
Wait a
Lyra
second.
apparently was very
Didn't we
upset
just
because
eat
she
bre-
was
didn't we just
making
eat
so many
breakfast?
friends
Yes,
over
we're
at the
having a
I'm
Naiad.
early
thinking great relationship.
But
There are
Friendship.
at least 10 beers at that table that still need to be drank at the Mouse and
Let's
Moth.
drink.
well, they will be well taken care of if they're unattended, I assure you.
Well, we're going back to the Mouse and Moth to find those beers and
Yeah?
accuse everyone of taking them. That guy and that guy.
Just everyone who's got a beer.
And then a couple of them are spitting it out, going,
So
"This is
what?
water, Maisie."
So, anyways, yes, quickly.
It is true, some of them were what?
Oh, no, that was good. That was actually really good.
Okay.
So, anyway, I believe that Lord Marcus came up with a brilliant idea.
He did?
I think we should.
Words I never expected to hear.
I'm writing
He's
it
writing
down.
this down.
Writing it down.
I believe our next course of action is to go to the Red Masked Mercenaries.
We already agreed on that last time.
Yes, but that was his idea. So let's go there.
I was outside.
Only if we come back to the
Holding a
clay
hammer.
pits and kill the rest of those creatures.
Deal.
Good.
I mean, so Jim Jam and I talked. I bought 3 more bear traps.
Right, so while you're in
what?
town, before you leave town, you wanted to make sure that you replaced the bear traps that you left.
Yes. So I got
So
them.
right, yeah, you know that would be 45 gold. We've got that covered.
Yes. But I do want to go back and get my 3 other bear
So you're
traps.
gonna have
Oh my
six.
gosh.
You're gonna have 6 bear traps.
Well, the more bear traps, the more technically advantage, as Sir Gerald's guide says.
No, I believe
Stuff
I
can
said we were
one
not
person
shopping.
carry?
Well, technically,
He has
yes.
the box.
Everything that you have has a weight to it, and every character has a weight limit.
Except for Squire Quigley, who's
Well,
got
the
this
box.
magic
Doesn't
box
he have,
on
like,
his
the
back.
box?
But a lot
Heavy.
of the
He's
equipment
been
that you
in it
don't use a
before.
lot gets
So
carried in the
is he.
box, and the box's weight does not. It drastically reduces the weight that
very
you're carrying. Although
So he's cheating.
6 bear traps is pretty
like it'd be
cumbersome.
raw.
I don't know. I think you can do
It's
it.
relatively obnoxious because everywhere he
boxes are
walks, he's
different.
just clanking around. They're
I don't
clanking all
Carry
over the
them on
place.
my person.
Where are they?
They're in the box.
box.
Really? So every time you want to set bear traps, you go down into the box and you come back up?
It's not that difficult.
Look what just. Uh-oh.
Yes, I've
Okay.
been doing. Every time I've set up the bear traps, there has been a prolonged
Right.
period of
Usually
time.
there is a time, yes.
It's not just like I'm throwing a bear trap
Right.
out there. So yes, shall we go visit? Sir Krag, you know where to go, correct?
Where are we going?
I thought we were eating.
The Red
Now some
Masked
moth.
Was
Mercenaries?
there anything
did.
else anybody else wanted to buy
We
real
did.
quick?
We eat it!
We don't eat it already.
We eat it.
All right,
I
great.
eat
Good
it
to
real
know.
fast.
Wonderful news. Let's go. Where are we going? Are we shopping?
Can I lead the way to the outpost?
You absolutely can. In fact,
go.
having been there most recently, you
sounds like
know
Krag's
the well
leader,
fairly easily. If that's where you intend to go,
We're
the journey.
actually going somewhere.
And we're
Let's
not
do
even
it.
we're not even an hour in, and you guys have left town.
Unbelievable. We're
That's
going.
crazy.
We're going.
Wait,
Go.
are we all
Loading.
stocked up? Oh, jeez.
No, he's probably studying his spell book, buying scrolls.
All right, we're on our way.
Yes, you're on your way. Krag leads you through the woods. A lot of you, actually all of you, have been on you start to recognize sort of where he's leading you.
Oh, the flowers.
And before too long, Krag, you are challenged in the. You know that you're maybe a good quarter mile out from where.
Like a John Bucco quarter mile?
A little bit longer than John Bucco quarter, like an
Okay.
actual real life quarter
Like
mile.
a real quarter
Like
mile.
a real one.
Like an
when
actual
you
one.
are challenged in the woods by a call. You don't see who has called, but someone has called out.
A challenge? Like
A challenge, like-
like spears?
Who goes there?
Oh.
I look at Krag
What
and
is
say,
it?
Robin Hood?
I say, get him.
Could be sassafras.
Oh, that's them. What did it sound like? What did the call sound like exactly?
It's exactly like what I just said.
Wait, I couldn't hear
What
it.
was it? I didn't hear
Who
it.
goes there?
Oh, who goes there?
That's it?
Well,
That's what you
I
heard.
am Squire Quigley, and this is
don't
my
know.
good Sir Krag. He is the greatest barbarian prince in all the land, and this is the rest of our group.
Do you still look like Horatio Swan?
The rest of our group.
No, at this point you would have had to walk far enough that for long
would've
enough
worn-
that the spell
yeah.
would have
This
worn
is
out before you got
Alex.
there.
I'm Lyra.
I barely know these people.
This is
In
Marcus,
fact, don't even
Lord
consider
Marcus,
me part
Lady
of their group.
Lyra, and
Well, you
Lady
did ask.
Alex.
Here we
And
are.
who might you be?
What's your business?
We
That's all we
come
asked.
seeking the Red Masked Mercenaries, specifically Mr. Jones.
We'll work for cheap. That is on my
Jones.
business, in fact. If there's any work you have, I'm
Actually,
looking
our
for
ra-
employment.
Our rates are not very cheap. We need to speak with the one-eyed man, Mr. Jones.
That's not
You don't know his name.
Yes, he told us what his
Yeah.
name was.
No, he told Krag his name.
No, but then Sir
I
Krag
come back
told
and
us.
I told all you guys.
Krag relayed that information.
I don't believe it.
I said,
Sorry, Quigley, you can't know that. I forbid it.
Oh, man.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys see several red masked men sort of melt out of the not really
red.
literally, but
They're
they
melting?
come out of
I love
the
red.
yeah, they
That's my
melt.
favorite color, but
They
I
melt
love
into
purple too.
one giant
is it summer?
No,
or
they sort of
something?
they
do the Homer
emerge from
Simpson.
the underbrush. Some of them
They come out of the
from
bushes
down out
instead
of
of going
trees.
into the bushes.
You can see that they are all armed, but they don't have weapons on you right now. Like they're not like
Right,
looking
good, 'cause
like
that would
they
hurt.
don't look aggressive. But it's very clear As Krag had mentioned, that they are keeping a closer tab on their surroundings.
Does it look like they're afraid of us?
No, they seem fairly confident.
They haven't heard our name before, heard of our exploits?
I know who we are.
I'd like to count how many I see.
You see, there are 4 that you see right now.
I say only 4 for Sir Krag and his mighty band of heroes. I mean, last time there was 15 of you guys, and that didn't work out so well.
You want to talk to your guy or no?
Yes.
Then,
I mean, I'm ambivalent about the whole thing, so sure.
Put a bubble in your mouth.
then
Ambivalent.
follow
It's
us.
your idea.
And they lead you.
I don't really care.
What?
They lead it.
You're just ready to hear
I'm
what
ready.
happens next. They lead you.
Wait, is she drunk right now?
Not at
Because
all.
she was drunk earlier.
Yes,
I
she
was
was.
This
tipsy.
is not taking too long
You
at
know
all.
what? I have
Is she
focus.
hitting on the
I'm
Red Masked
focused.
Mercenaries?
I can't see them. They
Is
have
she
masks
winking at
on.
them?
They have masks
Is she
on.
showing a little bit, raising up the leg there a little bit?
We've walked long enough for glamour to
We
wear
will
off.
see.
She's not tipsy anymore.
Yes. Thank you. Moving on.
Wait,
You
what was
guys are
that, Doc?
led.
We're walking with Red Masked Mercenaries.
You tripped over a stone.
If you haven't shared this
Hi.
half of the episode with the hashtag
Don't
dragons
over
and
there.
stuff, then you are not eligible to win prizes. So hit the share button on Facebook. If you're watching us on Twitch, thanks for joining us. Hit that share button on Facebook. Use the hashtag dragons and stuff. United States or Canada to be eligible to win. And your share has to be public, because if you share privately, like maybe your privacy settings are set up on Facebook that way, we'll never know. We'll never see your name. So it just won't work.
So make sure it's public. You're gonna win that prize. It's kind of awesome.
That's true.
So, we're on our way.
It's the
Yeah.
Red Masked Mercenaries spell.
What does that sound?
You are led. You are led another quarter mile up until you come within sight of the ruined watchtower where Squire Quigley was once held captive. Along with Father Langdon. You see that the place is indeed filled with Red Masked Mercenaries, all going about their business. It looks as though, as Krag mentioned, there are enough supplies for them to occupy this space for a good long time and potentially rebuild and fortify the area, which was of quite a bit of concern to Krag, as he hates the Red Masked Mercenaries and wants them all to be dead. However, they are very much alive, and after a few moments, you are approached by the man you have been looking for, Mr. Jones himself.
Dr. Jones.
Right, so Lucas Martinez says, Sir Jonathan will visit the poor children who step on those forgotten bear traps at the town clinic. Would the liar Squire Quigley? And I would say, Lucas, don't bring that up. That is a very true fear in my heart, but they are visible in daylight. They are metal in a mud pit.
No, they've sunk in the mud.
They haven't sunk in the mud. This is metal.
You can
That is
tell how
not
deeply
okay.
concerned Quigley is about the innocent
Please.
people when he
That would be
immediately left town
awful.
and just forgot about his bear
Okay, then I
traps
have
and
to
bought new
hear
bear
these
traps.
guys.
I think Dylan
Jim
Kaiser.
Read that one in Squire Quigley's voice.
Please be benevolent, JimJam, and don't let innocent people
It's
be.
up to me. It's up to me to
Yes.
save the people.
God.
I'm the hero.
already
I'm the
did.
one
Read
who's
the
supposed to
next
be
one.
conscious
And
of
Dylan
their
Dylan
traps.
Kaiser says, I'm Squire Quigley, and this is Sir Krag. The rest of our army, 500 strong, is following shortly behind. Who are you?
You know what, Alex? Alex, I think he just likes to interrupt everybody and talk over them. So it's not just you, it's Quigley.
Yeah.
And Kyle D. Adams says, Quigley never learned not to introduce himself to strangers as a child. Is that a thing?
Stranger danger.
Stranger danger, Quigley.
Oh.
Stranger danger.
So Shao, thank you for making the font bigger.
I don't know.
So,
So, yes, Mr. Jones,
you are
please.
approached by a one-eyed man who you recognize, who seems to
is a-
recognize you, who does seem to be rather puzzled as to why you have come
Happened
back.
to your eye.
That is actually the exact question I was going to ask.
But I asked it
I
first.
have to know what happened to your eyeball.
Okay.
That's not why we're
That's
here.
why we're
Please don't
here.
answer.
That's not why we're here.
No, you asked the question. I was like, that's a very true question.
She asked first. She asked first, okay? She wants to know. You tell her. What's wrong with your eye?
No, what happened to your
Yeah, what happened to your eye? What's wrong with
Are
it?
you okay?
Is there something wrong?
What
Can
happened?
we catch it?
Yes, it happened a long
Does
time
it pop
ago.
out?
What?
That
Does
sounds
it pop out?
very painful.
Well, it is, yes.
Is it
No.
made of stone, marble?
And it is made of glass.
Okay, but what happened?
Does it matter?
I'm getting to know our new
10 years ago,
Oh, good.
10 years. Oh,
I was involved in a bit of a battle. I took an arrow
Oh.
straight through the eye,
and you survived?
Nearly killed me.
Usually they don't.
but I'm here, and so are you.
I'm more concerned with where your accent went.
Would it, I don't know.
Maybe he's
what
traveled
what
a lot.
accent do
I
you
know
mean?
That happens.
Is it magical?
No.
Oh, that seems a waste.
I know a lot of
How did you
languages, Jim.
survive?
Yeah.
I feel like if you got
Okay.
an
Why-
arrow.
I mean, he's speaking in
Do I
common.
feel like he's good at accents based upon all the languages that I know? Like, do I feel like he's good at this? Because I mean, you're just okay. Like, is he?
Yeah,
good
I
at
mean,
it?
he's only as good as I am. And
Oh,
I'm,
okay.
So, anyways,
So,
So, tell us more about the eye.
no, we already
That's
got
what we come
that.
for.
No, we didn't.
Stop.
I was
We're
in
not
battle.
here about the eye.
Took an
So
arrow
I
in the
figured it
eye.
out. He told me 10 years ago
So,
he had an arrow.
I have an eye. I pull out the eye.
Fantastic.
Yeah, okay.
Eh?
He took it farther than I
Do
wanted
you
it to
want
go. I just wanted
Me
to
to
know.
have it?
I think this is the perfect. Hey, this is the
Then why are
perfect
you
time
showing it to me?
to hand Marcus a bottle of whiskey. I go here. I go here. Shut up. That's for you.
Why?
That's really nice.
tell me,
Just say thank you.
do you know
Whiskey.
our acquaintance Horatio Swan?
Yeah, we know Horatio
Oh,
Swan.
man.
It seems
Sorry.
like you don't like him just as much as I don't like him.
I mean,
Count me in.
I find myself particularly indifferent to him, but
So, question. Do you know where he is?
I know exactly where he is.
Yes, I believe. I thought that perchance because of the conversation that we heard earlier, that you might have him locked up somewhere? Oh,
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Why do you ask why he locked up?
Yeah.
Tried to stiff us.
Crazy.
Yeah, I tried to. I'm sure there was just a misunderstanding. There was he had the griffin eggs, and you were doing a transaction. I'm sure there's probably some crossing
Tried to
of
sell
wires.
us bad eggs.
Bad eggs?
Bad eggs?
They were replicas. They're not real.
All of that, and they weren't real.
Now, I don't mean to be out of game, but we know this. The Sixers told us this.
I wasn't there. I was I was outside talking to
He doesn't know
They
what the
alluded
Sixers
to
told
that.
us.
I'm saying out of game. We know this.
No,
and
I
you're
didn't
all
know.
acting very
don't
surprised.
remember.
I didn't know that.
This. All right.
Tried to sell us. He tried. We had a deal. We would purchase viable griffin eggs, however many he brought. He brought us 4 replicas. Tried to make off with the money. So we have him.
I get it. That's rough.
So we're in a bit of a tuffle, as you might say.
Scuffle.
A what?
A tuffle.
A truffle.
Tuffle.
Truffle.
It's a tough spot. So it's like a tough
Truffle.
spot, but it's a
A
tuffle.
pickle?
Chocolate
Scuffle.
truffles.
Scuffle.
A pickle.
That's what the saying is.
A pickle.
Skittle.
A tuffle? A truffle?
Truffle.
A tussle?
I said truffle.
I like
Are
tuffle.
we
We'll
doing
stick with
candies
pickle.
now? Reese's.
We're in a bit of a pickle.
But
I'm gonna go on the record as being okay with
Ranch.
it.
Wrong.
so it seems
You
as
drinking
if
whiskey?
the
that's
Sixers
I don't trust.
criminal
I'll
organization
drink it.
believes that
No, give it to me.
Well, then drink
Horatio
it.
might have gotten information from them and used that information to steal from them the eggs.
Sounds like
And-
something Swan would do.
Yes, I know. And somehow he's roped all of us into it. Now here's the problem. They gave us a 3-day deadline to go to give Horatio Swan to him, and we had no idea where Horatio was, nor are we personally accountable for where he is. And so, here lies the problem for you. They want Horatio. And I think if you don't go and give them Horatio,
You're gonna
then
die.
the Sixers will come here and attack you.
Why would they come here?
This,
They're
I,
going to
I just
find
lean back and I go, yeah, this will be interesting. Go ahead, quickly.
It sounds
Tell 'em.
more to me like they told you that you had to.
They told us that we had to go find Horatio.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Point.
So we
No,
just
point.
found Horatio.
Yeah.
So,
So what? So what happens next?
so we need to take Horatio. I've got a great idea. Why don't we just put him in prison in Trapsborough and everybody can be happy. I'll be so happy that he's locked up in prison You won't have to deal with him anymore. The 76ers have no recourse to come.
Hey,
The
quickly.
Sixers have no recourse.
Yeah, quickly.
The Lakers will be happy.
I think you're going off the rails here for a second. Hey, 18, tap me in here, all right?
All right, 18.
Okay.
18.
Okay, all right. I think he's getting a little off course here. You weren't drinking water earlier, were you, Quigley? By the way, Paizo has commented on this this little story that you started.
Hi, Paizo.
10 years ago, this better be a heck of a story.
That story.
You know what, Paizo? I feel like he kind of phoned it in.
Did he gave it? Yeah.
Chelsea and Kelsey says, did Ben just try to legitimize his word he
Yeah.
made up?
Yep.
Never play
I think it
Scrabble.
worked.
Never play Scrabble with him or any other game.
Okay.
He's a cheater.
For Scrabble, wonderful word to know. QAT is actually a shrubbery and it works perfectly every single time. You thank me later for it.
So, Matthew Blades asks a brilliant question. JimJam, how have you not killed these players?
I nearly did last week. I nearly got them last week. They barely made it out.
That was nuts. Okay.
Well, here we go. So quickly just tap me in. You know what? Let's just clean slate here. What's it going to take to get our friend Horatio?
He's not our friend.
He's not our friend.
He is
He's
not our
my
friend.
friend.
He's your friend?
Well,
Oh.
We're going to go with We're going
Did
to
you just hear Alex? They might have a thing.
Keep going.
Oh, he's creepy.
you're talking more
We'll have to
my
talk later.
language here. What can you do to help
choice.
us? I take it you guys still operate out of Trapsboro frequently? Yes?
Unfortunately.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure do.
As you've may have noticed, we are looking to move into this particular territory more permanently. However, there is a certain legal matter of concern concerning ownership of this exact land and the ruins of the tower that we currently occupy. Now, if we wish to rebuild the tower itself and establish a more permanent presence, it would be a lot easier and less costly to us to not have this particular legal trouble hanging over us. The person who owns this particular bit of land is one
He's so angry.
Lady Amber Lee
already-
Smitherson.
Say, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, who?
Lady Amber Lee Smitherson.
Amberly
The Smitherson family owns this land and they hold the deed to it. If we were to continue building operations here, there's a chance that with her contacts and her legal claim, she could raise a problem. And the
Couldn't you
local
just kill her?
lords would likely have to back her because she has a legal claim.
Make it
We have
nice.
no wish to fight that many people, so if we could somehow make that legal claim go away.
I'm gonna time out here.
Yeah?
I'm gonna pop right in here, just in case some fans miss it, because I know you did, and I don't want you to miss this, JimJam. Krag said, "Why don't you just kill her?" And then
I
then
heard
the
it.
brilliant idea that came up next was from Lyra, who just said, "Yeah, let's just do it. We gotta make it fast." So that was
But here's the
Lyra's
thing.
answer.
It's so funny that the Red Masked Mercenaries care about legal matters.
Yeah.
They don't care about the law. They care about getting paid and killing people.
JimJam, would I know, because I take copious notes in Sir Gerald's
Yes.
Guide to Heroic Endeavors,
Yes.
would I know that is it Smitherson's
Manor.
that the Matthew Donaghy
Yes.
It is
stole
a name
from?
that you are
Yes, it
familiar
is.
with, and you are aware that the Smitherson family, there is one that he would, if there's one of influence in Trapsboro, it's that one. These are very likely the same people that were heard of before.
Stepping back out into the world setting here.
Yeah.
In terms of because the Red Masked Mercenaries,
Mm-hmm.
are they are mercenary groups something that can be legally contracted and hired in the world setting?
Yeah, it
that
is
we have
possible
built
to
here?
operate as a legitimate. The thing about it is that typically you're not dealing with a black and white. These are good guys or bad guy mercenaries. They are people who take money and they do jobs, and a lot of those jobs involve violence. Now, you're right. Someone like Quigley might view, especially considering the Red Masked Mercenaries' recent actions, that this is a bad group.
Yes.
And someone like Quigley could prosecute the Red Masked Mercenaries for murder.
Absolutely.
But that involves rounding them up, take them all to jail, having trials, and nobody has the manpower or will to do that because you're essentially dealing with a small army that will basically just say, nah, we're not down for that. So it's more a matter of, does anybody have the actual power to bring justice in that manner?
The power of the universe?
The power of the universe, maybe.
So Christopher Sizik says, why do the NPCs always demand such unreasonable requests?
They're the worst, right?
Yes, they're
Shouldn't
so-
everybody just do stuff for you for free?
I mean, they never make anything easy. That's
In
for
terms of the
certain.
request, in terms of what we're asking for, we just need the deed. Once she no longer has proof of her legal claim to this land, the other lords would not feel it necessary to back her, and thus they would pose no threat to us.
No, I'm not tapping you in. I'm not tapping you in. Nope, you're not tapped in.
So basically, we have to go to the manor, go in her place, and steal her deed.
Sounds like the best course of action.
Yeah,
I
why
would
would
get
we
to
do
it.
from someone.
that?
To get Horatio.
Because you want
Why
Horatio
are we
back.
trying
Things.
to
Get him back.
This is just like we do all these horrible things.
We do.
Let's
Well,
have a
the other
moral
course of action
code to
is-
ourselves.
I like this.
We would be
plan.
willing to let him go for 7,000 gold.
How much do we have, guys?
Counteroffer. You give us the 7,000 gold that you offered us for the dragon's egg.
Oh, how is this?
Griffin,
You are not.
dragon's
He's
egg.
not legitimately tapped in. This is not a legitimate offer. I want.
Oh my
We
gosh.
take that 7,000 gold, we go buy the deed for you, and
Why are we?
The problem-
tussle is over
The
with.
problem is, we have already offered her a generous sum of money, well over 7,000 gold for the land. She's not budging. So,
Looks like you're out of
counter
luck.
Sorry,
offer.
bud.
Take care of this problem for you. We'll give
Now,
you your
there
guy.
also might be another problem for you. The 76ers have found...
Sixers, not who are the 76ers?
All right.
It just flows off the tongue so much easier than the
No, it doesn't.
Sixers. I think it does if you've been ingrained in
They've
football,
been
you
hanging
know.
out with the Cavaliers, and it's a problem.
We're gonna get the Miami Heat down on you guys pretty soon.
The Sixers,
Leave.
they found us, and there's a possibility that they could have tracked us here. We're pretty...
No, nobody tracked you here. We're well aware that our
Okay, great.
borders are currently safe.
But if they're better than you...
He's got a
You're
point.
not tapped in.
Chances are,
I'm sorry, I'm
You're
sorry, I'm
coming
sorry,
hot,
I'm
and I
sorry,
need you to
I'm
calm- I
sorry,
need you to cool
I'm
off.
sorry, I'm tapped out. I forgot.
I need you to cool down
I'm
quickly.
sorry, I'm sorry.
All right, so
the Sixers
great.
sound like your problem. So
This,
You know what?
The Sixers are our problem?
that's what it sounds like to me.
You're trying to establish in Trapsborough
he tapped in?
your command, correct?
You are not tapped in.
Tap in!
Drink your whiskey.
I was having a good time. I got us to this point.
Guys, I'm getting spit on.
All evil
guys are
Jim
gonna have
Jam
to
wants
calm
us to
down.
do is more
Both
and
of
more
you.
evil things. He's
No, here's the
progressively
thing.
trying to bring this group into chaotic evil land!
We have released that evil spirit of woe.
Yes.
The thing's out there decimating the land,
Krag,
creating
remember-
mud monsters,
Krag,
and now we're...
subtlety. No, we have to. We don't want to be telling him about. Don't ignore it. He's not
Huddle
tapped
time.
in. This is not a legitimately tapped in
We need to
claim.
huddle.
Tap in! Huddle!
We
No,
need to huddle.
all right, I'm out of the huddle.
One
I'm out of the
moment.
huddle as they
One
huddle.
moment. Okay.
I'm out of the huddle
We're
as they
getting
huddle.
so off target.
We are. Hold
I'm
on.
going to continue talking to you.
You
while
are
the
just
huddle
loud.
While the huddle happens, I continue to talk to you. So the timelines
mouth.
work. I want you to know. All right,
stop.
I'm tapping your huddle
Stop,
in.
huddle.
Now your huddle can do its thing. Why you tell me to stop when I told you you could do it?
Can I minimize you? I'm minimizing you right now. All
I
right.
feel minimized.
Okay. We're huddling.
We're not huddling.
Yes, we are, because I need to talk to you guys, because I need to know something. So, Krag, we don't want them here. Why are we even thinking of getting this deed? That is what I want. You can't hear me.
We're in the huddle bubble.
You're not standing right next to him.
No, we're in a huddle.
Huddle bubble.
Did we turn around? Our butts are facing in. We're turning around. We're huddling.
Yes, he's still
Clearly, there's
got far
zero
enough away.
possibility that
got
anyone
far
overhears you.
Well,
No matter
roll
what
a
you say,
perception
obviously.
So
check.
ridiculous.
I have.
If only literally just standing there and listening to them talk would work.
I don't know. We're pretty
I don't
clever.
want to help them because this is going to bring them into our spot. I don't care if you hear that.
Are you gonna
because
set your
I
bear traps
totally
around the
would
huddle
not.
so nobody can get close?
Strategically around.
Quickly goes down into the box.
Here's the
Takes
thing.
one at a time up out of the
I
box.
understand what you're saying. Now is not the time to talk about this.
No, it is absolutely.
I huddled
Absolutely what?
Sarah McNeil says, getting off target. You guys were on target at some point?
Yes, we actually moved
They were for like a minute.
for a minute.
They were on target.
Listen, I don't like doing all these evil things for evil people.
don't
Maybe we should
We're
just
just
go to
stealing one
Anderley.
thing. We're just stealing
Yeah,
one
I've
thing.
been wanting to go to Anderley. No,
Really
but the
bad.
Sixers are in Anderley.
No.
This could be really
Jim,
bad.
what do I know
We
about
can't
the Smithersons?
Roll a knowledge local.
I shall do that.
I'm sure there are some lovely vacation homes in Embry.
commit. Yes.
No, Embry is the worst.
That's why he
Local.
came back.
11.
We could go in the woods.
23.
Okay. You know that the Smithersons are a relatively powerful and rich house operating in Trapsboro. Amberly Smitherson is the current matriarch and runs the day-to-day operations of her business in Trapsboro, which is to loan money to people and then expect rather exorbitant terms of repayment. She is known for being rather ruthless in her collections and has essentially, she will give loans to people with terms they cannot meet, and then when they inevitably cannot meet them, she absorbs the business, thus increasing her family's holdings through aggressive and predatory business lending.
It's
I
basically
say,
Ursula.
She's a
I'm gonna look. Okay, so while they're doing their huddle thing,
We're out of the huddle, man.
away from it. No, I already said timeline-wise, I was gonna talk to him while you guys did that. I set myself up for this. You guys set yourself up for that. All
You
right.
don't have to yell.
So I'm gonna talk to this guy.
Everyone's being
I'm
mad.
gonna say, look, it occurs to me that Smithersons are a problem for you, and a problem that were willing to spend a lot of money fixing. So, we'll get you the deed, and we'll expect Horatio, and we'll expect some compensation, not the full 7,000 as Quigley was asking for, because that would be ridiculous and preposterous. But I would offer up something like 1,500 gold. Normally our rate's 2,500.
Right
you
into
know
his
that we're
pocket.
dropping way down.
Right into his dress. Right into that dress
can't
pocket.
see
Okay,
what's
diplomacy
going
check.
on.
Yeah, I know.
16 plus. Oh, I have a 0 in diplomacy. 16.
16? Okay.
You better do this behind my back because I will never forgive you.
Normally, I would be inclined to do business with you on such footing. But my guess is that if you're all this way out here looking for Horatio Swan, it means that you're more worried about the Sixers than we are. They seem to have you over a barrel, which means you don't have a whole lot of leverage not to do whatever you can to get Horatio. That being said, you are right that this is valuable to us, so I'll tell you what. We'll give you 500 for expenses, and you can take it or leave it.
No. I know.
We're not.
Hey, we're in the huddle.
We're
freaking-
still hugging each other.
I'm not hugging anybody.
Yes, you are.
We just
I say,
hugged.
okay,
You did.
I would like to
You did.
extend that offer. One, I'd like to accept that offer. But secondly, I'd like to say, upon accepting that offer, I'd also like to extend the idea that and this is good that I'm away from Krag. I'm gonna say I'd like to extend an olive branch, a partnership, if you will. You see, you run a very large, organized business. We run a very small, disorganized one, but efficiently. We do get things done. I would say a partnership, perhaps a sharing of resources or information would be good. You know, bring us into the fold as a subcontractor.
Okay, so we
Get me out of the
huddled.
huddle. We're not in
We
it.
huddled for a second.
Like a second.
Our huddle was a second.
And now they come back for this moment right here.
No, we were back before this moment.
Yeah, we've been back.
So, thank you
just
for the
didn't know we were
information.
behind you.
What?
Thank you for the information. And we'll be off now.
Quigley.
So
I'm bartering, as I mentioned, he's not legitimately tapped in here, so
No,
this is fine.
Was there ever a tap in? I don't
Okay.
think
No,
that was
I tapped in. I remember that.
how about this? Since you guys indeed run a very small and disorganized
Interesting. I
business,
prefer the word
That's fair.
interesting.
That's
yeah,
really fair.
I'll tell you what. We will consider there to be no formal contract, but if you return with the deed, you'll get your terms of 500 plus the man Horatio to do with as you please. However, I wouldn't take too long because at some point somebody's going to figure out which fitting punishment we'd like to bestow upon Horatio, and at that point, we don't know what state he'll be in.
Oh, bummer.
So don't let us get too bored, and
Well,
maybe we'll see you back. Maybe we
Would
won't.
we be able to just come and collect the body?
He's got a point.
Oh,
Sorry.
I,
You're gonna have to have a
no,
conversation,
no.
Alex.
Guess
We
he
collect-
really isn't your friend.
No, he's not my friend.
yes,
I never
we-
said he was my
No,
friend.
he's more powerful than Marcus. We need him.
No, we
You
don't.
need him for
do
anything.
I don't
need him.
I don't know that we intend to kill him.
You just said
I'm
you
just
said
kinda
you were
waiting
gonna
for
get bored and you
orders,
were gonna kill
so-
him. You didn't just say you were bored and you were gonna kill him?
I mean that word has been passed on to the higher ups what happened, and they'll decide the punishment. I don't think it'll be death.
I understand
You know,
what's
but
going on here.
I guess theoretically it could be.
Charles Pryor has mentioned, watch out, Marcus's olive branch just might have thorns. My olive branch was perfect.
Not an olive.
Not bad.
It's
All right.
wonderful.
I'm gonna say, okay, great deal. Hey, let's
So-
have a not a huddle, but let's have a
Walk and talk.
sidebar.
Let's
How about I
group
walk and
together
talk?
in a
sidebar
circular.
over here.
We're walking.
Quickly, we're sidebarring.
I have one question.
No, there's no more questions.
We already
Quickly.
had a sidebar.
No, because you're not tapped in.
There's no
You and
tapping.
the Sixers are, would you say your compatriots? Would you say
Rivals.
your
You know, you
rivals?
keep bringing up the Sixers.
You said you're
and-
not afraid
and
of them.
here's where I'm getting, and I hope you take this to heart.
Probably
Right
not.
now, the Sixers don't know where we are, and they're not our current enemy.
Oh, but they know of
Do,
you.
do you intend to make that a problem for us?
No, but
That sounds a little threatening.
Then
You
they
should
won't
sense
know where
motive.
we are.
You should sense motive.
Then they won't know where we are, and they won't know we have Horatio, meaning they won't be a problem for us.
what I'm generously asking you is if you're friends and are somewhat along the same lines of working in similar situations, and we go to them and say, you don't have to worry about Horatio because guess what? The Red Masked Mercenaries have him, and everything will be fine. That way, it could get the what's the word? The monkey off our back. Let them know everything's taken care of with
Literally in the
Horatio.
11th hour, you've actually ruined this entire thing.
I don't think that's very kind.
We would prefer it if you did not mention us to the Sixers in any capacity. And you don't really understand how people operate, do you? I mean, they don't want Horatio gone. They want to punish him. That's how this works.
But if
so,
he's punished one way or the other,
are you familiar with the personal vendetta?
No. Will you
That's
share
why
that
I
story?
said we will come and collect the body. You punish him, you beat him up, you rape him,
This
you
is why
kill
you should
him,
have been in
whatever you
Iowa.
need to do.
Okay,
That's
You
not.
Marcus,
guys
this
do
is
what
why
you
you
need
should
to
have been
do.
in
we're done.
When you're done with him, when he's beaten and bloodied and battered and bruised, and
That's enough.
we'll come back for him.
You
and
know
then we'll
what?
give him the Sixers, they can finish him off.
Information is a valuable tool. I'd love to know what the personal vendetta is all about.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I know. I'm going off of Lyra. She's good.
Well-
She's right.
Much like
I would like to
we have Horatio because he attempted to screw us
yeah,
over.
You got that part.
He attempted to screw the Sixers over. So they want him so that they can exact their revenge because that's how.
Yeah, no,
But
no,
is
that's
it
how
the
personal
same?
vendetta works. I thought
Yes.
you had information
Yeah.
on the personal nature
Oh no!
of the
What we
vendetta.
just assumed that if he stole from them,
Okay,
that's
bummer.
the personal vendetta.
Can we see him?
I thought
No, I don't think so. That would be wise at this
Wasn't
point.
didn't Horatio have
Can
two
you
strikes?
see him?
Jim, do
One
we-
of you
just
can.
kidding. Did you?
Can I see him?
No, you
Against the
can't.
Sixers.
Somebody else can.
Why can't I see
Because
him?
you're a wizard,
so question.
Weird.
How do you know that?
and we're not idiots.
I just have a simple question.
No more questions. You are not tapped in and haven't been.
If you spit
There
on
has
the
never been any
robot-
tapping.
Of you punishing Horatio, then setting him into our services, we take him to the Sixers, and then they continue to punish him.
Let me ask you this: does Horatio Swan have value to you?
Yes.
No.
No.
Then why are you here?
Well, I
At
don't
all.
know. Follow my group.
I mean, I don't like him.
So you jump off a bridge?
Maybe. To
So if
save
you don't
her.
care about
so
him,
quickly,
then just
because
go.
you don't like him, you're willing to condemn him to death?
No,
Or
that's
torture?
not what I was saying. But it seems as if by their rules, and unfortunately, this does seem like a town for them, and they have their own law system set up. He screwed them over, so they must follow their rules.
Well, on that note,
This is very sad for
You want
Marcus because this
Horatio.
is his only friend.
We're simply trying to
in the
get
world.
our piece of something out of it. That's all this is. That's how
No, they're
businesses
getting a
work. We
way
don't just
better
give
deal
things
than
away
us.
for free. It's not a charity. We're mercenaries.
We were going to sidebar a long time ago. Can we
were supposed to do
can we go sidebar?
Yes.
We're leaving this place.
Wait. Do we know where the Smitherson's house is?
Yes. Yep.
You do?
Yep.
Why don't we go there?
how does he know where the Smithers is?
Yes. Let's
No,
go there.
I'm
We're walking
honestly
away.
asking. We do.
Yeah.
It's in
Yeah.
Trapsboro.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. I'm just
I'm
gonna.
going to safely say I know where the Smitherson house is. Yes. Can we
Yeah,
agree
you would
on
be
that?
able to find out.
Okay.
Even if
Yeah.
you didn't know the exact location,
Exactly.
they would be able to find out
I'm
very
just
easily.
making Sure. I'm gonna turn around and walk away. I'm done with you guys.
Yes.
Jeff Kotke said this could be over already. While the rest of you guys are debating, Alex would be back with the deed.
Exactly.
That's
I
probably
walked
true.
away. I'm done.
We don't know where Lady Alex went.
I'm just walking down the
So
same path.
you wanted to sidebar?
We know this path. Are we? Can we just walk and talk, dude?
Yes.
All right.
Dude.
Let's
Dude,
just
we're
walk
walking
and
and
talk.
talking.
Dude.
That was a mess and a disaster.
Yeah, we probably should have talked about what we were doing.
That would have
before
been
we
really nice.
When are we not a disaster?
Just catching up with where everybody is right now. We're going to go save Horatio, yeah?
No.
I didn't think we were
We're
going
gonna save him?
Why
Save
are we
him?
saving him? Why? Give me a
We're
reason.
going to save the town of Trapsboro.
Why are we? How are we doing
The
that?
town of Trapsboro is not in danger.
Oh, yes, it is from the Sixers.
It's the Sixers.
No.
So
We
but
are in danger.
But here's the Red Masked Mercenaries, and they come to town, and we're always gonna have a problem with them. And they're getting a better deal. Like what? They're giving us 500 gold. What is our usual price? Quickly.
I don't. That's a Lord Marcus question.
It's a fake number, 2,500 gold,
Yeah. That one. So
which
this is
we
the
do
thing.
not deserve.
Yeah, but 500, and then what? We have to go steal a deed from someone else who's going to be angry at us. So we're going to get another enemy.
Why don't we start working for that lady? She's got money.
Yeah, that's true. But no,
You know what?
she probably like screws people over. What?
You know what?
We're talking this through as we walk.
Okay. But you guys you all wanted me to be part of the team.
Yes.
You wanted me
18.
to be one of the good guys
Yes.
and to step up,
Yes.
be part of the team.
18.
Okay.
That's what we're all talking right now.
Well, since we're all equal members of the team,
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and put my foot down
18.
and say that if we don't save Horatio, I'm out.
Oh.
Well, why? Why do you want to save him so bad?
Because you know
Just
what,
give me
Lyra?
a reason.
I'll put it in simple terms.
You don't
he's
have to.
He's a human being who
He
did
was.
nothing wrong to you, and in fact, in a particular battle where he could have killed people very easily, he chose not to kill anybody, and offered you money. Now he may be a swindler and a cheat, which I am too. But for some reason, you keep me around, and you don't actively try to kill me every time, Lyra. So that's why I would like to save Horatio.
Sir Krag didn't crit slap you last episode.
He,
Did almost try to hurt you, but that's okay. We know what you mean. Okay.
he just wants his spell book.
Oh, is that why?
No, it's Marcus's only friend.
Well, that too.
Are you back?
Lead.
I've been walking slowly.
She heard all and came back to share.
No,
Marcus, he's
By
not your
saving him,
only
by
friend.
saving him.
I'm your friend.
Now, by saving
Yeah,
him,
we're friends.
are you saying we're going to double cross whatever deal you made and sneak in and take him out of here? Or are we going to go get this deed and make a deal with them?
What's your thoughts? We can work as a
Because
team.
we're going to go get a deed.
I
You
don't particularly care. I think the easier situation is to go sneak in and get a deed. But Krag, you've always wanted to kill people, so you know.
I'm not going up against them right now.
Throw it out.
Not gonna.
No, I'm for getting the deed. That's where I wanted to go. That's where we're going.
I thought you weren't for it.
I'm not
No.
for it.
He's not for it.
And
We're
she's
not,
not
for
for
it.
it.
But we're gonna be a team. So if we're gonna go do this, we might as well do it together. But I really think that we should have a team name.
Hey, what if we do this?
Goodness.
How about this?
It's a waste of time.
That's
right
the
now.
takeaway here.
Here's
I
what we
can
do.
talk
We
and
don't
think
have a
at the
team
same
name.
time.
Here's what we do.
I'll think about it while we walk.
This is what we do. We're going to steal the deed, and we're going to make a forgery of the deed and deliver the forgery to the Red Masked Mercenaries
Actually, I
and
really
get
like
Horatio
this
back
idea.
and keep the deed with the woman.
And then we
the
have another
woman,
problem.
Amberly.
What do we
Cool
do
name.
with Horatio at that point? Because we still only have 3 days, actually it's more about 2.5 right now, for getting Horatio to the Sixers.
Marcus could have his spell book.
Otherwise,
he could just have
we
it.
die.
And we give Horatio to the Sixers.
Does this work?
And
Alex,
Okay.
you know
Let's do it.
that what Krag is saying is not impossible. However, making a realistic forgery of a legal document of that type it's not as simple as copying some words down and handing it over. You know, you need copies of seals, and you need specific types of ink and parchment, and you need it would take a lot of effort and expense to do. So you just know that it's a task to do that. It's not impossible, and you probably know a few people who could pull it off if you paid them enough. But it would be a costly endeavor.
So,
Let
Let
Alex.
say, Evil JimJam, that your world is very hard for a lawful good character to live in. You know?
Yeah, I'm sorry that it's I'm sorry that it's difficult. I'm sorry that this game is hard.
Go ahead.
so I'm thinking the only problem with forging this, forging.
Kyle D. Adams says we're gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
That's what I was laughing at. That's what I was laughing at. Guys,
Yep.
you gotta catch up. I was doing this
Oh my
one.
god. This is taking forever.
Can I magically make a copy of it?
The issue is not just the copying of words. It's that typically there are stamps and seals that go along with such a document establishing a claim to land that would be very difficult to replicate.
So there's no way we're going to be able to create another deed. It's going to be way too expensive. We don't want to spend the
How
money.
expensive?
So I think in my head, how expensive? Sorry, that's good.
If you could get access to the proper tools, it's
Yeah.
probably somewhere in the neighborhood of a $10,000 total expense.
So wait, I
10,000
didn't say
gold
it yet.
piece total
You can't
expense.
react yet.
Depending on how old the document is and how
You can just burn the edges of it and make it look all.
All right, so it's gonna be more than 10,000. I don't have that money.
and that
That's a lot of money.
includes hiring the person to
and
actually
we have
forge
to
the
find
document.
someone who can do it. So I
Christopher
think we should-
Sizik says, try to swindle the Red Masked Mercenaries. How have they not learned from Horatio's own mistakes? I'm pretty sure the Red Masked Mercenaries are well aware of how intelligent this group is and what we'll come up with.
You know
Well,
what
if,
you say that?
if you have such a great, what's your idea then?
Let's just go in and steal it.
I'm still trying to get you guys on board.
No, what's
I'm
wrong
on board.
about
She's
it?
ready to just kill him. You're ready to kill him.
I'm on board.
Craig's just saying, just
We
let him
are
die.
on board. We've
I'm
been
on
talking
board.
about
Getting him.
this.
On
What
board
in
with
the
what?
world?
You're the one that just said he'll die, and then Marcus, you
Turn
can take
your
his spell
listening
book.
ears up. We are talking about that right
Turn
now.
your listening ears
They
up.
are. I've been
He's the
talk-
one that said that we'd let him die, and Marcus can get the spell
Just
book.
because your
Don't-
voice gets louder than mine
No, we're
does
going to put
not
him in
mean
prison.
that mine
Yeah.
word does
is
not have
going on?
more.
I'm gonna go behind the couch.
No.
No, don't do that. My stuff's back.
Yeah, you got to strengthen your argument, not raise your voice.
Yeah.
That's.
Okay, so we're talking about how we're going to get this deed to get your friend.
well aware of what you're talking about.
Then what's the problem?
Your nutball's crazy. That's part of the problem.
Then why don't you tell us an idea, because we are bouncing around ideas now to try to figure this out.
He did.
We go rob the place and take the deed, and we do the thing.
Did we not just say that earlier?
So,
We do the thing. Why?
Don't get crazy,
Not
Marcus.
one of us is smart enough to come up with something. Let's just go do
Alex
the
already
thing.
said this. She's
No. He said it. He said it first.
Fine, you can have that credit.
What?
To go,
Put your
I sneak
listening
in and-
ears on, Lyra.
I'm sorry.
Dylan Kaiser says, please do this. I so badly want to see Quigley just try to burn the edges a little bit. There goes 10 grand up in smoke.
Okay, go.
I know we're a
Can we
lot
go?
smarter than you're giving us credit for, because we have, at least for the most part, won in battles and worked
Well,
together pretty well.
Charles
Under
Pryor says,
pressure.
get the deed, double cross them, then you get Horatio, and then you and Horatio have a pint at the Winchester and wait for the whole thing to blow over.
What's the Winchester?
I think it has to do with supernatural.
Oh.
No, it's from
No?
Shaun of no.
Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah, it's Shaun of the Dead.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
know
it's
that one.
Jacinta Reed says it's come full circle. Marcus wants to do the thing.
And nobody else will do it.
So, here's another suggestion.
Yes.
I'm very tired of this evil group lurking around our town, and I'm tired of the other evil group lurking around our town.
So.
And so, if we go talk to the Sixers and tell them that they're there, and
We're gonna
we
pit them against each other.
pit them against each other, and then we just knock off the rest of them.
That's about 10 episodes
Are we back?
ago.
Because I feel like by now we would be at like the place.
Well, that sure was something. What? I don't know. But if you want more, you can check us out live. Head over to www.facebook.com/dragons and stuff. We're there every Friday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can hang out with us, chat with us, and we give stuff away. We give away prizes. I mean, you can't beat it. Come on, watch us.